Welcome, welcome, welcome to Get Your Scisore Free Masterclass. I am so excited to dive into this with you. So this masterclass is for entrepreneur and everyone that is really done with see their life not changing. Despite all the courses that you bought, the training that you did, the coaches that you hired, you look around you and nothing changed. And you're wondering, okay, what am I doing wrong? So I'm here to tell you that nothing is wrong. You are not broken. You are not here to be fixed. There is not all of those things that you need to heal in order for you to have the life that you desire. You just gotta get your scisore. And that's exactly what we're doing along this free masterclass, where I take you to see exactly what is standing between yourself right now and what you want. So along this masterclass, I really want you to think about one thing that you desire. Your next income in your business, or new opportunity with your business, or a new body, the body that you've been craving for, or the relationship that you have been craving for. I want you to think about one thing and take that with you along this entire training, because there is one decision, just one right now, that is standing between you and everything that you say you want. Not 10, not a long to-do list, just one. And if you're wondering, okay, beautiful, sounds great, I want that thing, and there is something that's standing between me and that thing, great, but why should you listen to me? So my name is Sara Fiori, and I am someone that went through a big journey of investing 200K in my education, whatever is business, nervous system, healing, courses, mentors. And I arrived at a certain point that nothing was changing. And I asked myself, okay, why despite all of this, nothing is changing? Because I did have decisions in my life that were sitting on the waiting seat without me deciding. And that it's exactly what I desire for you today, to stop being in the waiting seat, to stop waiting to decide. And not just that, so I went from literally working 9 to 5 in a job that I hated to make over 6 figures with my online business in 18 months. So very fast. And I'm not saying that I did it in the right way, because I did burn out twice, but that was a journey that led me to really live a life that I didn't like, to start living the life that I wanted. Plus in my relationship, I left a 9 years relationship because I didn't like the relationship. I didn't like the person that I was becoming with that person. And I decided to say, you know what? I'm gonna get my scisore. I'm not happy in this relationship, so I am leaving. And I do this constantly in my life. I left my country in Italy because that environment was toxic and it did not allow me to become the woman that I am today. So I just packed my stuff, booked the flight, and went straight into the unknown. Now, not every decision has to be dramatic like mine, because sometimes there are also decisions that are very small. They're very small, but they are actually the one that will move the needle for you. And I did coach over 200 people in my career. I did the 45 session like this one specifically, where I was able to really spot for the client what it was the decision that was stopping them to actually receive what they wanted, whatever it was money, business, or relationship. It's always one. It's not 25. I see people like writing 25 things to do when they are all fluff that doesn't lead you anywhere. So how many times do you have a piece of paper or a notebook or whatever you're using with all of your beautiful to-do list, with so many things in there, you do all of them, so you feel productive, but then you arrive at the end of the day, then nothing has moved. Another week pass, nothing has moved. The second week, a month, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years. How many of you did that? Because I did that. And nothing was moving because I was focusing on the wrong thing, because I wasn't making decision. And this is what we're gonna cover today. So the first part of the training is about the decision you keep avoiding, which is the decision that will move everything. Number 2, why it does still sitting in there? Because you might be someone that you right now, as we talk, you actually know exactly what it is, the decision that you are not making. You know which one it is, but it's still sitting in there and you still don't make that decision. So we're gonna cover what's going on in there. What changed when you decide? Because I will cover this in depth later on, because when you decide, things change. Things change because there is a frequency behind you deciding. It's just a declaration, and the universe, the quantum field, God, whatever is the thing that you believe to be true and you choose here, will respond to that. So part 3, it's when I really want you to really stay with me until the end, because that's where I tell you exactly how to accelerate and receive everything that you want fast. Who is here for accelerating things? Who is here to say, I'm done to keep waiting another 10 years to have the partner that I want, the money in my bank account, the business that I desire, the body that I want, the lifestyle that I want? Who is here to quantum jump into that? Who is here to collapse the time? Because you're done waiting, to constantly working on yourself to receive what you want. What if you don't have to do that to receive what you want? What if the process is much easier than you thought? I tested this over 45 sessions, 200 clients, and with myself multiple times. So this is not something that I just did once. I did this multiple times. I manifested money, client, houses, income, relationship, Mark. That's the same process I went through when I attracted my soulmate, Mark. The same, exactly the same. I changed business like that. I started to do crazy things like sold out workshop, live event, opportunity. I apply this all the time and it works every single time. And today you're gonna receive the exact formula as well. Now, before we begin with number 1, so I'm aiming to stay in 10-15 minutes of training maximum, but it might be longer because sometimes things comes and I want to share more. So I'm aiming to keep that because I know you're busy and I know that you don't have much time. So I try to stay short as much as I can. So before we dive into those 3 parts, I want you to choose one thing today for this training, not 25. So grab a piece of paper, a journal, something simple, glass of water, a coffee, whatever you decide that this is make like a vibe, because we don't want to do anything that doesn't feel like a vibe. In my world, with my client, with everything that I do, things are like a vibe because we are here to enjoy life. We are not here to suffer. We are not here to be in pain. This doesn't have to be painful. It might be uncomfortable, which is not the same thing, but it doesn't have to be painful. So grab a piece of pen, grab a cup of coffee, make it like a vibe, whatever you like, and come back present here with me. And I want you to write in the piece of paper the one thing that you desire for a very long time that hasn't happened yet. Example, the relationship that I always wanted, the partner of my dreams, the body of my dreams, the money of my dreams, the business that does impact 1 million of people, wherever it is, okay? Write it down, right here, right now. And I give you a couple of seconds to do that. And in the meantime, I'm drinking some water because I'm talking a lot. And while you're doing that, I'm showing you this beautiful beach view. So you can enjoy this while you're writing. And this is, by the way, the lifestyle you can have. I'm currently in this house-sitting house, completely free, beachfront, with sauna and gym, simply because I did this process, exactly this process that I show you today. So it works, and it works every single time. Now you should have, and if you're procrastinating on this, like if you already are like, oh, I don't know what it is, I don't know what I want, that it's already the gap. That it's already the reason why it's not here. Because if you don't even know what you want, well, we have to take a step back from here and get very clear. Because I hear this all the time. I want to travel. I give you an example. I want to travel. Actually, no, another example. I want the relationship of my dreams. Perfect. And then I ask the question, how does the relationship look like? oh yeah, I don't know, maybe that, maybe that. No, that's too many maybe. It's too confusing. So what it is that you want? I want a relationship. I want to have this man or this woman that she's or he's committed with me straight away. We're building our relationship together. We're building our business together. We're traveling the world. We're having kids. We're getting married, whatever. Specific, because if you don't even know what you want, how can you decide? How can you make moves? Take action towards that. So sometimes the very simple problem could be not knowing what you want. So today, if you don't know, pause this video and take 5, 10, 20 minutes, 1 hour, go outside, refresh your mind, get crystal clear. Because if you don't know, how can we receive it? How can you receive what you want if you don't even know it? So that will be the first step. So now let's suppose that you all have in this moment written down the things that you want. That is what I want you to focus on along this process. So step number 1, the decision you keep avoiding. So the moment you know what you desire, the moment you know what you want and it hasn't arrived yet, there is always one decision that you are postponing. That decision that you're avoiding, the one that you maybe, you know you need to make it, but you convincing yourself through. For example, no, maybe, I know I should separate with this person. I know this person is not good for me. And this is not the relationship that I want. But maybe if I give them another 6 months, they might be changing. Or maybe, if I do more of this, maybe they're going to change. Or maybe. When you know inside of yourself that relationship is over. And instead of sitting down with the person and say, I'm done, this relationship is over, you keep staying. Guess what? You keep postponing to receive the relationship that you desire. Same with money. Same with your body. Like literally, this is work with everything. There is one decision. And unfortunately, like I say, it doesn't have to be painful, but it's going to be uncomfortable. If this decision, it's easy and it's comfortable, it's not the right one. It's not the one that will lead you to receive what you want faster. Otherwise, we'll already be here. And sometimes people tell me like, how do I know if I am about to attract, manifest, call it whatever you like it, what I desire? I ask them, look around you. Where are you? Where are you with your money? Where are you with your business? Where are you with your relationship? Where are you with your body? If it's not here in this moment, it's because there is something that you're not doing. Otherwise, it will be here already, because we are manifestor by nature. We are God, universe, creation. Everything is inside of us. We just have to tap into it. And to tap into it, we need to decide, make a move in order for the manifestation and what you desire to arrive. So what it is the decision? Now, I'm not there with you, so I can't do this with you, but if you want me to help you with this, I'm actually running a 10 days challenge, call it Get Your Shit Sorted. And during this challenge, basically, I will coach you in any area of your life that you decide to be coached about, and I help you make that decision, find out what it is the exact decision that you're missing, and I help you execute it. So at the end of the challenge, you are ready to receive what you have been calling in and preparing the soil to receive that. So if you are not in the challenge yet, you will find the link attached below. So this challenge, it's only and exclusively for 20 people because it's a VIP experience with live hot seat with me and a community to supporting you along the way. Now, write down. So step 1, you do have the things that I want. This is what I want and it hasn't happened yet. Number 2, this is the decision that I avoid. Example, if we keep the example of the relationship along the entire training, I want to have this relationship. This relationship hasn't landed yet because I'm still tolerating to be in this relationship that doesn't serve me. So the decision is I need to break up. Very often, the decision that you're avoiding is the most simple and elegant. It's not the most complicated decision. It's not the hard one. Like hard one, I mean like the one that require a degree to find it out. It's actually very simple, obvious, and elegant, but it is uncomfortable. So those are the 4 elements that I want you to keep in mind with this decision. It has to be simple. It has to be elegant. It has to be always be like obvious, like why haven't I didn't think about this before, why haven't made this decision before, and then it's uncomfortable. That's how you know is the right decision. That's how you know is the decision that will move you into the timeline where you're collapsing between where you are now to where you want to go. There is a decision, so you are here in the middle. But because you are not deciding, nothing is moving. You become stagnant, you know, stagnancy, that stagnancy that you feel. Like it's not even feeling stuck. It's a stagnancy. It's like everything is stagnant, it doesn't move, doesn't grow, doesn't evolve because you're not deciding. You don't need a course here. You don't need to regulate your nervous system. You don't need to heal all your past life and trauma. You have to decide. At the moment that you decide, the frequency will shift. God, the universe, the quantum field will respond almost instantly. And I give you an example of this. So to prove you, this is how fast this can work. So a few weeks ago, I was at the point of, okay, I am in the stagnant energy because I keep doing this for myself, so all the time. There was this stagnant energy around my income. So I asked myself, what is the decision that I'm not making? Why the income is stagnant? Why the income doesn't move? Why things are not moving? And then it was because I was procrastinating on doing this exact training and promoting the Gaia Shisore challenge. So I made the decision instantly to stop waiting, to have everything figured out, to make it perfect, and just do it. And from there, I had already like the first few people interested in the challenge. It happened instantly. It didn't take me 3 weeks to have people interested about it. It was instant because I decided that I was no longer willing to wait to promote this, to have everything figured out. It was a little bit uncomfortable because this challenge is something that I never done it before. It's really different from what I usually do. So I was clinging on it. I was avoiding it. I was avoiding to actually go for it. And I have thousands of examples like that. And the decision, like you should have a one, and there is more example here, but you should already have written down the relationship you keep explaining away, the price you keep undercharging, the move you keep researching instead of making, like me with the challenge. I was keep, okay, maybe I should make it like that. Okay, no, maybe I should do 12 days. No, maybe I should do, it was all like that. And I was basically avoiding to do the very thing, which was promoting it and actually putting it out there instead of waiting another 5 weeks to have everything figured it out. The truth you keep rehearsing instead of saying it. Sometimes the decision, it's also speaking up. Maybe there is something inside of you that you're suppressing to someone for a very long time. Like, I don't know, I am done to live in this place, for example, or I'm done to live in a place that doesn't match who I am becoming, or I'm done to don't travel the world, or I'm done to live in a rental house, I want to buy one, or I'm done to live in a house that doesn't match who I want to become. I'm done to don't live in front of the beach anymore. Literally, whatever it is valid. Okay, you can choose more than you have already right now, but in order to choose more that you want to have, in order to have more and ask for more, you gotta decide. You gotta make a decision. That's how we activate that. Because you don't have a clarity problem, you have a decision problem. And I repeat this all the time to every single client of mine. I tell you another story. This is one of my clients. And it did add such a huge transformation. In only 3 sessions with me and Mark, he went from not being happy with his business to got an opportunity to Abu Dhabi and move there. And have the possibility to move there. But because he needed to make this decision, right? To go there and choose that new opportunity to go all in, there was something in his life, in his personal life, that required his attention, which was connected with his romantic relationship. And the romantic relationship always, guys, always, and remember, if you are an entrepreneur, your romantic relationship always mirror your income, always mirror your opportunity. So if you're settling in romantic relationship, you're settling in business, you're settling everywhere. So the leakage of energy that you have in your romantic relationship, it does leak into everything else. So it was clinging on making one decision. And because it was clinging on that decision, the opportunity to Abu Dhabi was postponed. Now, do you think that that is a coincidence? No, it's the reflection of his frequency. It's the reflection of him not choosing. It's the reflection of him clinging on the very thing that it will move everything else. And unfortunately, it is uncomfortable. And like I say, it doesn't have to be painful, but this is going to be uncomfortable. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat it here because this is not me. And this is not how I wanna show up online. Making those kind of decisions, it's uncomfortable. But that's why, because they are uncomfortable, you are going to see a lot of things changing in your life. And ask yourself this question. So far, where are you in your life? Where are you with your relationship? Where are you with your body? Where are you with your income? Where are you with your business? Ask yourself where I am at. And how many things have I learned, studied, researched, done, and still I am where I am? Because you don't have a course problem, you have a decision problem. The majority, the 99% of your problem right now, if you really want to bring all your problem to me, I will be able to resolve them in 60 minutes. Why? Because they are all connected with the decision. They are not connected with who knows what. It's just a decision. Even like food. If you are unhealthy and you want to become more strong, energized, and fit, the decision is probably stop buying crappy food and buy healthy food. And this is happening in instant. So today you go in your cupboard, you clean up all the junk food, you go to buy some food, and it's going to be healthy. Done. Decision made it, and guess what? You are going to eat better from today. Doesn't take 10 years. You can change your life in 1 minute. Literally 1 minute. And I see people stay stuck for years because they are avoiding to make the very one decision that will change everything. Which is lead perfectly to step 2. So why that decision is still sitting in there? And because human beings love comfort. Human beings love to stay where it's comfortable. Your nervous system, if we want to bring up the nervous system, doesn't choose expansion. The nervous system doesn't choose abundance or expansion of more. Your nervous system, your body, your mind will always choose what is safe. So if you are currently not exercising, for example, and you want to lose weight, you want to start exercising, and you're currently not doing it because you love to stay on the couch and do nothing, your nervous system loves that. Loves to keep you in what it's familiar because you haven't exercised in a very long time. It's not your normal. When you're gonna go to the gym or you're gonna start lifting weights, it's gonna be uncomfortable, and your nervous system is gonna start to play. The mind is gonna start to play games and say, "Come on, you're tired today. Don't work out." Or you are a little bit sick today. Don't work out. Or you are too busy today. You don't have time. That it's not you actually. Not wanting to work out, it's your nervous system, and the mind comes in to keep you safe to where it's uncomfortable, because our nervous system, our brain is designed for that. It's designed for safety. It's not designed for success. It's not designed for expansion. So if you want to expand and become fitter, you have to go through a phase of getting extremely uncomfortable and retraining your nervous system and your mind to do something that you never done it before. If you are in business and you want to go from 5K, 10K to your first $1 million, you can't improve 10%. You have to improve 10x yourself. You have to become a completely different version of yourself and making completely different decisions, because what got you here is not gonna got you there. You have to change the way that you decide. You have to change the way that you move. You have to change the way that you show up every day. You have changed a lot of things. You have to become a different version of you. Otherwise, what you desire will already be here. Same with the relationship. If you want to finally have the partnership that you have been craving for, you can't keep being the same person. I hear this all the time, and I give you this another example. One of my clients, she's really good at business, and she's really good at manifesting anything in her life, really, like everything comes to her very easily. But whereas in terms of relationship, things are not going really well for her. And I told her, what it is that you're doing? And she said, oh yeah, I'm just going out with men that doesn't want to commit. And I say, okay, that is the problem. If you want to find a partner that it doesn't commit to you, but you keep going out with men that doesn't want to commit, but you keep going out with them, you're basically sending out there the signal to the universe, to God, to the quantum field, oh yeah, that's what I want. I want to be keeping going out with men that doesn't commit. But if you say, no more, I'm not going to go out with this kind of man anymore, you opening up yourself a space to receive the man that you actually want, or the woman that you actually want. So as you can see, again, it's a decision. She stopped to go out with men like that. She stopped it, completely stopped it. She was going out with one and she said, I'm done. I'm not going out with you anymore because you are someone that doesn't want to commit. And sorry, we are not in alignment. Guess what? After that, another entire world opened up with men or women that actually want to commit. I did date 0 people after my breakup. I met Mark straight away. Why? Because that was my intention. I say, I am a woman in my 34 and I'm very focusing on my career. I'm focusing on becoming the best version of myself because I want to make the impact in this world that I'm here to make. I'm not here to waste the time in dating men that I don't have absolutely no interest in, like using dating app and stuff like that. I want to meet the one straight away. And that's what happened. I became the match of my soulmate, of my divine union, of the one before he was even here. It was a decision. I didn't date anyone and I had a lot of opportunity because I was in Ibiza, I was in Europe at that time. There was a lot of men and guys everywhere. But I say no, 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 no. Could I have go out with those men? Absolutely, I was single. I was just talking with Mark at that time. We were not in a committed relationship. So could I have done that? Yes. But I intentionally say no, even if I could do it, because it was not in alignment with what I was calling in. And during that gap of 4 months, I allow myself to really fully match the woman that I wanted to become. And Mark, after 3 dates with me, when I did back to Australia, committed with me. And he was married. He was married at that time. He was in an open relationship with 3 children. So it was a very difficult scenario, but he still did choose to commit with me. So it doesn't matter what happens. You can find your soulmate that he might be still in a toxic relationship, and still that man or woman will become yours if you're matching and if you're becoming that version of you. So why still sitting in there? Because your nervous system chooses what is familiar. That's why in my upcoming challenge, I guiding you through this process, because in this training, if you follow the step, you still see result. So if you follow all of those steps, you still see result. But there might be a moment where you are going to clinch on making the decision because your nervous system will come along and try to sabotage it. That's why if you join my upcoming challenge, Gaia Shisore, for 10 days, I'm going to be beside you, step by step, and I will guiding you step by step to really get it done. Make sure you change your life. Make the decision and do it. Instead of keeping it sitting in there for another 10 years and see your life pass through and nothing change, we get it done together. This challenge is currently in early bird price and it's $997 US. And it's only and exclusively for 20 people maximum. The link is below. So this is basically what I already shared it, but let's wrap it up a little bit more. What deciding costs today? The comfort, really. Deciding means giving up an arrangement that is survivable. Nothing is on fire, which is exactly why it has lasted this long. Because it's kind of predictable. Because our nervous system loves predictability, loves what it's predictable. So you know that by and stay in this relationship or not working out, this is how you are going to survive the day. You know, you survived. you already know that you survived it until today. So your brain sends the signal to you and say, okay, we have survived it like that. So let's not go into a scenario where I don't even know if I'm gonna survive. So it keeps you there. The identity, the decision costs you the person you have been avoiding it. The accommodating one, the patient one, the one who keeps the peace. So an identity has to shift here, and by avoiding making the decision, you keep being loyal to who you were, and that's why you keep having the same result. To become having the life, the money, the relationship, the business, the income that you desire, something has to shift in your identity as well. The story. And it costs you the story you have told yourself about why now is not the time. That story has been doing a lot of work for you. This is my favorite part, because there is a story, okay? We have a story that we told ourselves all the time. This is not the right time to make the investment for Sarah challenge. Maybe I just wait till she does the next round, which is, by the way, I don't even know if I'm gonna do the next round, because was a download, a huge download that I received weeks ago. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it again. I don't know, I'm gonna do an experiment. So this is gonna be my first round, and we'll see how it goes. And then I will decide if I'm gonna do it again. But the story, there is one story that you keep repeating why you are not making the decision. That story is designed by your brain to keep you safe, to keep you in the comfort zone, and to keep you in the same identity of the one that is the accommodating one, the patient one, the one who keeps the peace. Because by doing all of that, you are safe. By doing these three things that you see on the screen right now, you are safe. You are safe, you're calm, you're relaxed, everything is amazing, right? And that costing you your life. I didn't got here in this house by making easy decision. It was a very difficult decision. So I'm not at the stage to be able to share all of this story yet, because I'm still in the process of finishing this up. But in the same way I found Mark because I decided to break up with my ex instead of keep clinging on it. And the story was, oh, maybe it's gonna change. Guess what? Someone that hasn't changed in 9 years, everyone. If you are now stuck in a relationship and this person keep telling you, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna change, but they haven't changed in 9 years, guess what? They are not gonna change. They are not changing. You must change. You must choose something else. You must change your identity and the story around that. So what it is the story? What is the story that you're telling yourself? So this is the next step that you're writing down in the piece of paper, your journal, wherever you have. What it is the story that you keep telling yourself? Because that story is the one that keeping you in the comfort, is the one that's stopping you to make the decision, is the one that's stopping you to have the life that you desire. Is that story. Write it down right now while I'm drinking some water. Now, let's go a little bit deeper, because you might be someone right now that say, okay, sounds good, but I don't know if I am in the waiting seat. I don't know if this is the right decision. I don't know what am I doing. So the waiting seat, what it looks like, you research one more option. That is the clear sign. You research one more option. You wait for one more sign. Let's see if today the universe is going to give me a sign. You explain the situation again. You work harder everywhere else. That is the waiting seat. You know, it's when you are not in the waiting seat anymore, you know it because you're not waiting, you're not procrastinating, and you're not overthinking it, you're executing it. So basically, it's already done. You're already doing the thing. That's why you know that you are not in the waiting seat anymore, because you're doing it. Instead, even this morning, okay, I planned to do this training, and I was like, oh my God, I have so many things to do today. I have that. And I saw myself straight away try to find excuses to don't record this training. And then I say, Sarah, you already decided that was the thing. You will do this training, you will post this on YouTube, you will ask people to watch it, la 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 la. That was already planned, right? So I started to execute it. Instead of making perfect, as you can see, the slides are very simple. Instead of making it perfect, I executed straight away the slide. And with artificial intelligence today, it's very easy to do that. And I pressed the play and record it. That's what I mean. If I will keep researching one more thing, maybe one more day, let's wait tomorrow, maybe let's wait in Saturday when I am more, wherever, rested, that's how you know you are in a waiting state. And what it's actually doing, buying time. So when you, for example, research for one more option, you buying time from the decision. So this is very unconscious and sneaky. So those are very sneaky. So you're thinking that you're looking for one more option because you want to be sure you're making the right decision. What you're actually doing, you're buying time from the decision, which means you are in the waiting state. You wait for one more sign, ending the call to circumstances. Instead of you being in control of your life, you just basically say, oh, I'm just waiting for one more sign. So let's see if the rainbow today comes up in the sky. And if the rainbow comes up in the sky, I'm going to decide that I'm going to break up with this partner, kind of thing. And we're doing that as a human being because what I told you, our brain, our nervous system is designed to keep us safe. So your brain will do everything in its power to do that and to convince you that that is the right thing. But you actually, what you're doing when you're waiting for a sign, you're ending the call to circumstances outside of yourself, meaning you are not in control, meaning everything is non-dependent on you, which means waiting state. You explain the situation again. You're rehearsing instead of saying it. Like, for example, I don't know, you want to say the truth to someone. You are, I don't know, in conflict with someone or something doesn't sit well, or your client, you want to have a conversation with a client of yours or a team member. Instead of say the truth, you explaining the situation again. What are you actually doing? You are in the waiting seat. You avoiding to speak up the truth. You are avoiding to say the very thing that will help you to move forward. You work harder everywhere else. Pay for the avoidance in hours. So that's what I said before. You might have a long to-do list with all the things that you need to do, that you're thinking they are the decision that you need to make, the action that you need to take, but what are you actually doing? You pay for the avoidance in hours. So you procrastinate. You're doing so many other things that doesn't move the needle to avoid the very one thing that will move the needle. And I give you an example here before we go into the next part. My work schedule is 3 hours a day only. I work for 3 hours a day. And usually in those 3 hours a day, there is sometimes I work 4 hours if there is a lot of things going on. For example, today it might be a 4 hours day because I was recording this as well and there is a challenge coming up. I don't take many action. I really craft specific action. They are designed to move my business ahead, okay? And I make a decision. So I always ask myself, what is the decision that I need to make in my business to accelerate the process of my quantum leap, of me impacting more people, serving more people, putting my work more out there? And I take those actions. If I start to loop and I see that I start to write a lot of things, that's avoidance. Because you shouldn't do many things. As a human being, we take our action, we do our part, then God, the universe, the quantum field, does the rest. And we step away from it. We detach from it, we step away from it, and we let the outside forces doing the work for us. So I want you to reflect on that. The decision does not go away because you avoid it. It quietly caps everything else. Your income, your relationship, your next level. So this is so important. So when you feel that you're stuck and nothing is moving, it's because you haven't made the decision. And that decision doesn't go away. So if you need to break up, for example, with one person because that person is not good for you, or you need to change your business because you are not in alignment and that's not your purpose, you can keep avoiding it for as long as you like. But it will cap everything else. You will stop growing. At a certain point, you will see that you're going into this stagnancy and you don't even know why, because something hasn't been decided. So decide and it will go away straight away. It will be uncomfortable, it will be challenging, but it will go away. Now, let me know in the comment how this is going so far, by the way, because I'm going to read all your comments. And if you have questions about this or you want to know something else in particular, tell me what it is, because I can create another training for you. And I'm going to do live trainings like that not every single week. 1 week with me, 1 week will be Mark posting breath work or meditation. So twice a month, you're going to have training like this. So if you let me know in the comment what it is that you want to know regarding money, business, and relationship, and I will create it for you. Number 3, what change when you decide? Everything. Everything. Because the moment that you decide, first of all, you are not in the waiting seat anymore. You took charge and your power back. And because you took your power back, things will start to match that. So you are not in this waiting seat anymore. You are now in charge of your life, which is where you're supposed to be. You shouldn't floating around waiting other people to decide for you. You should decide, and then once you act on it, the quantum field, God, the universe will do the rest and will meet you halfway through. So you're not going to do this by yourself. You're going to have a little bit of help. But if you don't decide, cannot happen because you're sending two splitted frequency. The frequency of someone, like, think in this way, the frequency of someone that say, I'm done. I'm done with this relationship. I'm done with being broke. I'm done to be fat. I'm done to don't live close to the beach. As you can see, it's a very clear energy. On the other side, someone that say, oh, I don't know, maybe I should wait another 3 months, 6 months to see if this person changed. I don't know if I want to live on the beach. Maybe I want to live on the mountain, or maybe, I don't know, maybe both. I don't know. Or my body, it's okay. I can still be fat a little bit because I like ice cream and I don't love to cook. I don't like to make meals by myself. Maybe I can just wait until I find someone that cooks for me. When I have more money and I have someone that cooks for me, maybe that's when I start to be healthy. Can you see it? It's two completely different vibes and frequency. And if you are in the frequency of maybe, let's see, one more thing, you are not going to receive it because the quantum field, the universe, God, doesn't know what to give you. Do you want to have the chef when the money comes in? But if the money does not come in, I'm going to keep eating junk food, but I want to be healthy. What the hell is that? And this is how we operate as a human being, isn't it? That's how we operate. One more thing, one more time, one more day. No, instant. You are a manifestor, has a birthright. It's instant. The moment you decide, it is instant. But you gotta decide. You gotta be clear. That's why you need to come back to step one. What it is that you want. Not the beach, the hills, the mountain, and then whatever. The beach. I want to be on the beach. Boom, dot, beach. So what is the decision that I need to make? Okay, I need to change the place where I'm living. Okay, where I am going. Boom, can you see it? And one decision after another will flow after that, and you will get it. You will get it. So on the other side of it, there is everything that you've decided that you wanted. The income, the number that match your capacity instead of the one that your avoidance has been capping for you. I hear this all the time. I want to make money with my business. Okay, beautiful. But what is the decision that you need to make to have that income? And very often is selling. Be bold, be brave, putting yourself out there, talking with people, wherever it may be. And the moment you're deciding, you stop capping your income. The relationship, the one where you are fully chosen, no managed, no explained away, no waited out, the relationship that you finally want. It's on the other side of you deciding that you're not going to tolerate nothing less than that. So if someone like a man or a woman comes and say, I just want to date people, I don't want to commit, boom, that's not the vibe. That's not in alignment with what you're calling in. So do not go out with them. Both at once, business and love expanding together rather than competing for your energy, not someday, one decision away. And also, I see this all the time. I want to have the relationship and the business at the same time. But in order to have that, again, there is a decision that needs to happen. Whatever it is for you, there is always a decision. And on the other side of this decision, as uncomfortable as it is, there is what you want. It's not more courses. It's not a new routine in the morning. It's not another tool. It's not another healing. It's no more therapy. No, it's deciding and act on it. So, we're getting at the end. And a little word from me after everything that we shared. I did not change my life, guys, by avoiding myself. I'm very honest with you. And I did a lot of videos over the past 7 days where I shared a lot about my story. And I'm going to keep going for 30 days. I changed my life by facing myself, the truth, my shit, and acting on it. That is the whole method. No more information, no more healing content. Like literally, seriously, it's not the healing. It's not the healing that will move the needle in your life. Actually, the healing can become a trap. And I see this every single time. Astrology, human design, healing, nervous system, whatever it might be. It's a constant excuse that basically telling you to keep avoiding yourself. The faster way, it's grabbing a piece of paper. First of all, there is two things I wanna say. I wanna be very literally honest with you today, because this is the vibe that I wanna have with my brand. So you can do this on your own, okay? You can, after this training, you can listen to it because this is available for you for free, for life. So you can also listen to YouTube as many times as you like. You can solve all of your problem in your life today by grabbing a simple piece of paper, go through this process, decide, make the decision, the one that you've been avoiding, and act on it. And today you can have already shifting your relationship, money, business, life, body, whatever, right? You can clean up your cupboard and buy new food and start being healthy for tomorrow. You can break up with the person that you are right now that you don't like to be anymore and start putting yourself out there again and finding the man or the woman that you desire simply because you made the decision. You can have more money by simply today looking at your bank account and say, okay, this is money in, money out. This is where I am at. This is my depth. This is how much money I own. This is how much money I have. Okay, boom. What I need to do, which decision I need to make. Maybe I need to cut rent, I need to cut expenses, I need to stop and buy coffee out. You can solve all of these today. But the issue is, so many people choose to don't do it. They choose to avoid themselves. And I even got here with fancy method, or 3, 5, 6-step formula with those fancy names, TM at the top, and creating these cool things. No, I got here by grabbing a piece of paper, look at my life and say, okay, this is the decision that I need to make. And I made them, act on it on the same day. And that's how my life started to shift. So this is something that you can do on your own by watching this video over and again, grab a piece of paper and actually do it. And you still can see outstanding result through this training. I intentionally decided I want to put it out there. Bloody awesome training that help people change their life just by simply watching my free video on YouTube. So here you go, you already have it. Or if you are someone and say, listen, yes, I can do this by myself, but honestly, I don't want to, because I know that when I'm doing it by myself, I procrastinate, I avoid the truth. I also want someone to look at my situation and tell me what the fuck is going on in there. And I want to do it with the community. I don't want to do it by myself. Beautiful. And that's why you should, in that case, you should join Get Your Shit Sorted. I have payment plan available. So if you cannot invest in $997 US straight away, you can pay in 2 times. And again, if you want to be in this challenge and money is an issue, reach out to our support team, teamunfiltered.com, and we will figure it out together how to manage that. And the link is below. So you have 2 options. Do it on your own and still see outstanding results, or do it with me and a community where we are going to cheer you up and making sure that at the end of the 10 days, you getting shit done and you getting shit sorted. Because this is the only way to actually move forward in life. No more tools, no more training, no more resources, by doing the thing. Because by doing that, you're making space. And because you're making space, then you finally can arrive. Now, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks with the next training.